Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'd like to go over the stuff that I got over the last couple of weeks in another collection update video. Hi guys, welcome back. Like I said, I just want to go over everything that I got over the last couple of weeks or so, and I have quite a bit of stuff here in front of me, so I'm just going to kind of run through it as quickly as I can. And I will say most everything that I got was from the Retro Attic. If you have not checked them out and you are from the Akron area, I would highly recommend making the drive there. It is they have so much good stuff, and I absolutely love going there, obviously, and I can't say enough good things about them. But starting things off, everything here was all priced below what it would sell for online, which is fantastic. And so I guess, yeah, I'm just going to jump right into it. But starting things off here is a Criterion, and that is Hoop Dreams. This is one that I have not seen. I'm not super into sports all that much, but this is a Criterion, so I will have to watch it eventually. But it is, it is technically used. The plastic is like off, but I mean, it is like in brand new condition pretty much. So the next one here is a movie that I wanted to see in theaters, but I just didn't get a chance to, and that is the movie House of Gucci. Maybe there we go. So this is a Ridley Scott movie, and so this is one that it looked interesting to me, so I really wanted to check it out, but glad now that I have the Blu-ray. The next one I have here is a 4K of A Quiet Place Part 2. So this is another one that I wanted to check out in theaters. I have the first one, I believe, on 4K as well, so I'm excited to watch that. And this is actually a Severin title. So he's now this is his second Severin title that I've found at his store, which is really cool because they're priced lower than what they would sell for on eBay. So any boutique label like that he has, I absolutely love to jump on. But this is the movie Don't Go in the House. So it looks weird, almost like, I don't know, like a dark horror movie. I believe I have this. Yeah, I have it on a VHS over there, but yeah, so very excited to check this out on Blu-ray. And this is actually the first Twilight Times title that I own. He had this, and so I definitely had to grab that. But this is The Best of Everything. I have not seen this. I know Twilight Time, some of the movies are ridiculously valuable and some are just a regular priced Blu-ray. But it's still cool just to say that at least I have one Twilight Time title within my collection. This is another one that I think I had a pretty limited theater run, and I'm a pretty big fan of the director. I think he's a very interesting director. But this is George Miller's 3,000 Years of Longing on 4K. George Miller is the director of the Mad Max series, and I was a big fan of Mad Max Fury Road. And so I heard when this was coming out, I was really excited, and then it was in the theaters for a week, and then it was just gone. And so I'm very excited that this actually got a 4K release, and so I'm very excited to check this out. And then this one is actually a Blue Underground title that I just purchased from the Retro Attic on VHS not too long ago. And I'm trying to see if I can find it quickly enough. It's somewhere. Oh. And yeah, so I actually found out that it's called Q, the Winged Serpent. So this was the VHS that I got from Retro Attic not too long ago. And so I actually just got the DVD. So the DVD was, since it is Blue Underground, I usually tend to grab Blue Underground anything when I come across it, but again, it just looks like such a weird, just like a strange film, and so I'm very excited to check this out. But yeah, Q the Winged Serpent. And this is one that I've always been curious on. I've never actually got a chance to watch it, but this is Alice, Sweet Alice. This is an Anchor Bay DVD. So I'm very curious. It looks, I mean, obviously horror, and yeah, I'm just excited to watch this finally. The next one here is a 4K of Godzilla vs. Kong. And these were ones that when they first came out, I was like, oh, that would look great on 4K. I would love to have that in my collection, but I didn't want to pay, you know, store prices for them. And so he just recently, it looks like he bought someone's like full like 4K collection, and this was in it. So I was very excited to grab this. The next one here is another one that when it came out, I wanted to grab because I have you know, the whole series already, except this one, and it's just one that I never got around to buying in the store. But this is unfortunately, it's only the Blu-ray. I would like to get the 4K eventually, but this is the Blu-ray of what's that? No Time to Die. This is the latest James Bond movie, which I have obviously all the other James Bond movies. I mean, I have them on DVD, VHS, Blu-ray, like, and yeah, so the slipcover of this is a little beat up, but for what I paid, I think I paid $2 for it, $2 or $3, but you know, I'm okay with this beat up slipcover. The next one, this is another one that I would have grabbed in the store, but I didn't really necessarily want to buy it at like full price, and that is the 4K of Encanto. And this is just kind of a cool, like, it comes with like, I don't know, little postcards or something in here. And it like opens up, and I don't know. I really like this movie. I watched it on Disney Plus, but I like having a physical copy of all the movies, like, obviously. But the next one, again, same situation. When it came out, I would have liked to grab it, but it's just a little too expensive until I found it at the Retro Attic. But this is the Batman. This is the new one that just came out, I want to say last year. And I had fun with this movie. I saw it in theaters. It's a little long, but it's still fun. And I'm sure, I really am excited to check it out on 4K. I'm sure it would look fantastic. Let's see. The next one here is an Arrow video. This is the movie The Chill Factor, which I just watched the other night, actually. And it was pretty cheesy, but also kind of fun. So, always when he has Arrow video titles, I tend to grab them just because of the price point. So, let's see. The next one here is actually, I believe the slipcover is out of print. If I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken on it, but that is the 4K of Silence of the Lambs. This is one that I do really want to get the Criterion Blu-ray on. I just have I have the Criterion DVD, and I have like a couple copies of it on regular DVD, and I have it on VHS, and I think I have it on Laserdisc even. And it's a movie that I do enjoy, but I just never really, I don't know, it was always a hard sell for Criterion Blu-ray. I know there's probably a ton of great special features on there. However, it's just, you know, I'd rather be getting movies that I don't own at all whenever the sale comes around. But so someday I'll get the Criterion Blu-ray. But when he had this at the price point that he had it at, I think it was, I want to say it was $15. I definitely had to grab it because, I mean, $15 for a 4K Kino Lorber title too. So it was definitely one that I wanted to add to my collection. And then the last one, or I should say, the last of the Blu-ray DVDs and 4Ks, and then I have a couple VHS that I got. This is one that when he did like a, like, I don't know, on Facebook, he sometimes posts, you know, if he buys up someone's collection, like what he's adding to the store. And when I saw this, I was really excited because I really actually do want all of these movies on 4K. It's just, I have so many copies of the movies already. And so at the price point that he had this at, I figured I'll just kind of start my small collection of these. But that is the Scream Factory 4K of Halloween. And I absolutely love, it'll come out. I absolutely love these, this cardboard box. And so this is, when these all got announced, I really wanted to grab all of them, but I think they were $36 or $37 each. and I already have the Halloween, like the Scream Factory Halloween Blu-ray set, and I love these movies, but not enough to spend $36 or $37 a piece on. And so I was very excited that he had this, and so I'll eventually, slowly over time, I'm going to hopefully get all of them on 4K, and I think that was going to look sweet up on my shelf. So that is all the DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K that I got this one time around. And then the VHS that I got from him this specific time around are, let's see, the first one I got here is Sometimes They Come Back. This is based off of the Stephen King movies, I believe. So there's like sometimes, let me think, Sometimes They Come Back and Sometimes They Come Back Again. Oh, this is Sometimes They Come Back for More, I'm sorry. And I believe there's one other of these. I think there's 4 in this series. I've not seen any of them. I have the first 2 on VHS and DVD. And so this one looks like almost like winter, what's it called? Like a snow base of some kind. I have no idea. And so, yeah, very excited to check this out. And the next one here is When a Stranger Calls. And so, again, I just absolutely love these like horror VHS, and I can't get enough of them. There's so many great ones that he has, and I wish I could get all of them. But I am already, as you saw in my last shelf building video, I am already maxed out on room on my VHS shelf, my new one I should say, and it is, yeah, I'm gonna have to even putting these few in, I'm gonna have to figure out where they're gonna go. But the next one I got here is The Horror of Dracula. And so this is actually a Hammer film, or part of the Hammer film series, which I don't know a whole lot about. I would like to try get all of those films. I think there's box sets and stuff, but yeah, oh yeah, Christopher Lee. So yeah, I just love anything Dracula. I have a lot of different versions of Dracula. It's been adapted so many different times and so many different versions, but the next one here is Return of the Fly. This is another one that I have. I think I have like the Fly remake, and then the Fly 2 remake. And so this is like the second Fly movie as well with Vincent Price. And I think there's only one more, if I'm not mistaken. There's one more Fly movie, which I have the Blu-ray set somewhere, but... And the last one here, this just looked kind of interesting, but that is Sphinx. I think yeah, Sphinx. And never heard of it, this looked interesting, and so for a couple bucks I picked that up. And the next lot here that I have, I actually had some CEDs listed on Facebook Marketplace, just some duplicates that I've had in my collection that I'm honestly just trying to get rid of. And I got in contact with a guy who lived about half hour away, and he was really into CEDs. I mean, his collection was, I don't know, he said he had like over 800, the biggest CED collection that I've seen. And so he kind of, shot me a message of what he has as duplicates, and he like was interested in a few that I had, and so we kind of just traded off on some of the discs. And so these are the ones that I traded, or I should say I got from the trade. And the first one here, so these are ones that I don't have on CED, and so I was very excited to actually add these to my collection. But the first one here is Friday the 13th, and so again, I have so many copies of this movie, but on CED, I think this is just, it's awesome. And I mean, even I love the back artwork on these things. And I mean, the picture quality is absolute garbage, but it is so fun to have these movies on CED. The next one here is Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. And again, it's just such a fun, I mean, it's a little chipped in the corner here, but I mean, for trading what I like, stuff that I already had for stuff he had, I can't really complain too much. And the back is just, again, just awesome artwork. And the next one here is Graduation Day. I believe I have this on VHS, I want to say. Yeah, I have it on, sorry, it took me a while to find it. I have it on VHS, and so, yeah, it's just such a, I've never seen the movie, and it looks fantastic, but, so those were I got 3 horror and then 2 non-horror movies, and the first one of the non-horror ones, but was Mad Max, like the original one, which I absolutely love. I think it's awesome. He had a few others that I wouldn't mind having, but I didn't want to, I mean, he was selling some, which I didn't want to necessarily buy a bunch of CEDs from him. Nothing that I was really after. I would say I got the 5 that like were ones that I really, really wanted. I mean, he definitely had some really, really rare ones within his collection, and the last one that I got from him was Logan's Run. And so I tend not to buy CEDs anymore, mainly because of the weight and it's just the picture quality. But if I do come across ones that I am missing, that I do want within my collection, I will tend to grab them. But I don't really buy ones that are just like run-of-the-mill movies that I just don't have in my collection. So actually, on my way home from the CED guy, I ended up stopping at the Retro Attic again. I knew that he said that he had got some Criterion that he wasn't sure if I'd be interested in or not. And so I definitely stopped, and I actually picked up more than what I went in there for, but so I'm just going to kind of run through these. And the first one here that I got was Hercules on Blu-ray. And this is a movie that I have not seen. I had the VHS for years, and what I was trying to do is get rid of all of my Disney VHS clamshells for Blu-ray or DVD, mainly because of the space that a clamshell takes up. You can't really put it on like regular shelving or like stack them on their ends, or they just take up a lot more space than just standard VHS tapes. But I actually watched this for the first time the other night, and I really enjoyed it, and so I'm glad I have it on a Blu-ray now. So, and the next one here is a Warner Archives title, and that is Pat and Mike. So I'm always looking out for these Warner Archive Blu-rays. A lot of them are movies I've never even heard of, but I'm really just excited to add a lot of Warner Archive to my collection. This one I saw a long, long time ago, but it is the movie Jingle All the Way on Blu-ray. It's one that I've had on VHS for years, and same thing with the clamshells. It's in a bigger case, and so I'm very excited to finally get the Blu-ray for that. And this one is another Warner Archives title. It's Selena. Again, never seen it. I feel like I've seen the DVD pop up in I don't know, I've seen it around. I've never seen the Blu-ray of the Warner Archives Blu-ray. And so, yeah, I was definitely happy to snag that. And this is actually a fairly newer movie. Actually, these next two are fairly newer. But this is the movie Death on the Nile. And so this is the follow-up movie to, oh, why can't I think of the title now? I was going to say Glass Onion, but that's not right. That's Knives Out. Death on the Nile is Murder on the Oriental Express, which I believe I have as well. And so I was excited that he had this at his store. And the next one is actually one that I saw in theaters, which I actually still haven't seen the first movie, but that is Venom, Let There Be Carnage. I'm sorry. So this is the second Venom movie, which they're fun. I mean, this was a fun movie. I've had the first Venom movie for years, and I actually had fun with this movie. So yeah, I figured for a couple bucks I would snag it on Blu-ray. And then the last Blu-ray here that I got was Alien Resurrection. Not that I need this movie, again, on Blu-ray. I have the Blu-ray box set, but I remember when these, there was like a green, yellow, and red, and I forget which, oh, and blue, I'm sorry. There was a green, blue, yellow, red casing for Alien 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I remember those came out, and I wanted all of them because I love collecting different artworks and stuff for Alien. And so this is just going to go into my Alien collection, even though I already have the movie like 10 other times. But and then this is one that I have the first film, well, I have the first movie on Arrow Blu-ray, and I had the second movie on just regular DVD, and I never had the third movie on DVD. I've only had it on VHS, but that is the RoboCop trilogy. And so he just had this nice little, you know, box set, I guess, for the trilogy of RoboCop, which the first one's fantastic. Second two were okay, but I really do enjoy that. That first movie is really good, and I really don't know why they made the third movie PG-13. I feel like that kind of defeats the whole purpose of RoboCop. It's supposed to be more violent, but I'm excited to check these out again because it's been a while since I've watched all three. But the next one here is Jeff Bridges' King Kong. I only say Jeff Bridges because it's just kind of a easy way to remember that this is the one with Jeff Bridges in it. This is a version of King Kong that I've actually never seen. This is from 1976. And I think I have all the other versions of King Kong. I mean, I have the earliest ones and obviously the newer ones, but yeah, I'm excited to check this one out because, I mean, this is the one when he's standing on the World Trade Center. And so, yeah, I do enjoy King Kong movies, but I'm actually really excited to check that out. But the next one here is a movie I've never heard of, but it has Anthony Hopkins in it. So that is the movie Magic. It's a Dark Sky Films release, I guess, which I don't know a whole lot about Dark Sky Films releasing. But yeah, it looks like a puppet movie almost, like a ventriloquist. But I mean, I saw Anthony Hopkins. I'm like, well, it must be one of his earlier roles, but yeah, it looked interesting. The next one here is a movie called 10 Little Indians. So this just looks like a black and white mystery type of thing. So never heard of it, looked interesting, so I grabbed it. And then actually I got 5 Criterion from him for a very good price. And I already have 2 of them. However, I'm thinking about, I mean, at this price point, I couldn't pass them up, but I was thinking about maybe kind of like starting to try collect the different artwork variations of the movies, especially the earlier movies. Because I know, you know, as Blu-rays keep coming out of these earlier DVD releasing, I would like to try get the different artworks and the different logos. And if you've ever seen the YouTube channel Daisuke Beppu, essentially what he does, where he has collected over the years just different artwork variations and the different logos and stuff like that. I think that's just really cool to really do like a deep dive into Criterion. I'm not going to really necessarily go out of my way to buy them. Like if I have the movie on Blu-ray, I'm not going to go out of my way to buy it on DVD at like an exchange or like a used video store or anything. I would rather focus on trying to get all of them. But when I do come across them at what he sold them to me for, I'm definitely going to try, like, I guess, add to my Criterion collection. But this is one that I have on Blu-ray, but this is the old DVD release of it, and that is The Seventh Seal. And so, yeah, it just has like the logo just right across the top without the line. And so I think this is the first release of the movie on DVD, I should say, because it was released on Laserdisc. But yeah, I mean, not that I necessarily need another copy of this because I have the Birdman box set, and then I also have the individual Blu-ray. But yeah. And the next one here I got is actually the movie Wild Strawberries, which I'm pretty sure I talked about. I think in one of my earlier videos I actually showed that I got the Blu-ray for. And this has the Criterion logo with the line across. And so they made 3 different logos. They made the one with the line across, they made the one with the black bar that just says Criterion Collection, and then they made the one with like the C in the corner. And so collecting all 3 different variants of those artworks, I think would be kind of a cool side collection within my Criterion collection. And then this one, these 3 I don't technically have at all. This one is only released on DVD, and so there is no, I mean, this is the only way you can really get the movie through Criterion, but that is the movie Knife in the Water. and yeah, so far there's no Blu-ray release of this at all, so I was very excited that he had this. Because usually if I get a movie on DVD, I would like to get it on Blu-ray someday, as these, the next two that I talk about, which have Blu-ray releases. But, if I come across them cheap enough on DVD, I'm going to grab them, because I would love to try get the complete collection rather than just focus on solely getting Blu-rays. But the next one here is Smiles of a Summer Night. And so again, it has a Blu-ray release, but it would be nice just to add the movie into my collection. And the last Criterion that I got from him is The Virgin Spring. So that was all of the Blu-rays and DVDs that I got from that time around. He did, however, have one other item that I was actually kind of excited that he had, and that would be a Harry Potter HD DVD box set. And so, kind of open this up. Hopefully it doesn't all fall out on me. And just kind of quickly go through it. There's like this little envelope thing with, I guess, some trading cards, all brand new still. There's a bonus DVD. And then there are the first 5 films on HD DVD. They do change like into these, which I technically already have these movies on HD DVD, but I just have like them in the regular red case. And then there is an interactive DVD game, and which I think I already have. But what I thought was kind of cool with this whole collection is there's like this little package at the bottom. Take this off, and inside are these kind of neat like Hogwarts like bookmarks, or I should say Harry Potter bookmarks. And so I don't know, I just found it kind of cool, and so I had to add that to the collection. Even though, again, I have so many copies of these movies. I have them on HD DVD, I have them on a Blu-ray box sets, and I think I have them on I have them on 2 different Blu-ray box sets, I should say. But that was it from that trip to the Retro Attic. Just close this up. And plus it comes with this like just in a cool little like trunk box, I should say. I love that set. And then this last week, actually, I made a trip out to my local exchange. I had some stuff that I was going to be trading in, and so I got all of this technically for free from trading in some of my other stuff that I just didn't want within my collection. And so I basically, what I want to do in my whole collection is get rid of anything that I'm never going to watch, or stuff that I bought simply in a lot. So it's like, if I bought like, I don't know, Facebook Marketplace deal, and there was 200 DVDs in it, 50 of them I already had. I was really after like a certain 20 of them, and then there was like another, I don't know, a few that just looked interesting. I would probably keep those that just kind of looked a little interesting and put those in my collection. It's not necessarily stuff that I was like really after. It's just kind of stuff that I just added to my collection for the sake of having. And so over time though, that has, cluttered up my whole collection, and I just ran out of room very quickly. And so I basically, this is a very long side tangent of what I actually want to get to, but I went through and like decluttered my entire collection a few months ago. And I just now was able to make a trip out to my local exchange. I still have a ton of movies to go through that I set aside that are like potential get rid ofs. But the ones that I took to the exchange, I was able to buy these. And so I'm just going to kind of run through those real quick, but they're all Criterion. The first one this is actually one that was on my wish list for the Barnes & Noble sale coming up in a couple months, but that is Ballad of a Soldier. And so I figured if I had store credit, I'd rather get this than use actual money at the Barnes & Noble sale. And so This was $15, so which during the Barnes & Noble sale, the half off, this would also be $15, but again, store credit, I figured it kind of equals itself out. The next one here is Under the Roofs of Paris. And this one was actually $18, so this was a little bit more than than what it would be for half off. Like during the half off sale, this would be 15. But the I figured, you know, a couple dollar difference. It is what it is. Plus, I did have some rewards points, and so that kind of balanced it out, I guess. And the next one I got here is Secret Honor. This is one that looks like a Robert Altman film. One that you can only get this on DVD, and at $12, I mean, that's cheaper than what it would be during the sale. And so whenever I find deals like that, I usually try to get them as quickly as I can because, you know, it's cheaper during the sale. And then also I looked it up on eBay. $12 is like pretty cheap for this movie, I guess. It's not out of print or anything, but like it's usually 12, 15, or like 15, like I guess I should say, 14 to like $18, somewhere in that range, if I remember correctly. But so yeah, I was excited to grab that. And then the next one here, they had this, and I know this is in print. I paid $20 for it, and that's what it would sell for during the sale. But this particular edition of it is not in print. It's actually out of print. But this is the DVD Blu-ray combo of The Big Chill. And I would like to, if there is a DVD Blu-ray combo version of the movie within the Criterion Collection, I try to get it. Mainly because of, I just feel like the packaging is just, you know, a little better usually. With this one, it doesn't really matter because it's in the same like case. The case itself is a little thicker, but I'm trying to think of an example. Movies like Fantastic Mr. Fox. Usually if, like for Fantastic Mr. Fox, the Blu-ray DVD combo is out of print. You can only get the Blu-ray version of it. And the Blu-ray version would come in a slim pack, like what Moonrise Kingdom would come in. And so you can kind of see there is a comparison between the two sizes. And, you know, but for this particular version, it was just in a regular plastic case. And so I figured for 20 bucks, you know, I'm glad to add this to my collection for really just trading and stuff I didn't want for movies that I actually do want. And then the last thing, whenever I go into an exchange, I tend to look at their Laserdiscs if they have any. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And most of the time, I should say, that if they do have Laserdiscs, they are priced pretty cheaply, mainly because there isn't much of a market for it, I guess, in this area. Or if there is, like, I don't know, it is what it is. Sometimes they're asking like online prices. Sometimes they're asking much, much cheaper prices. And so this is an example of the cheaper price, but I always look for Criterion Laserdiscs. Those are really the main ones that I'm after. That and horror Laserdiscs, but it's a format that I don't tend to go as crazy on. I used to, when I first started really getting into it, I used to be buying up as many Laserdiscs as I possibly could, and now I'm trying to kind of slow down because, again, I'm running out of room. But that is the Criterion version of Lawrence of Arabia. And so this is actually spy number 78A. If you're not familiar with Criterion Laserdisc, I might do a whole video actually just talking about different versions, and so there's a reason why it's 78A versus 78. There are two different versions of each movie. There's a CAV version and a CLV. This is the CLV. This is a gatefold like packaging. I'll go over, like, maybe in another video I'll talk more about the whole world of Criterion Laserdisc, because not too many people really talk about Criterion Laserdisc, as I find, and I had to do actually a lot of research trying to break down what the difference is and why is there different spine numbers for different ones. But probably the best video I could recommend for that, if you are interested, is a Daisuke Beppu video on on the Criterion Laserdiscs. And then I actually ended up going back to the Retro Attic one last time a couple days ago, I believe, and I ended up picking up a small stack of things. But starting things off, I'm actually going to do the one thing that's not like everything else, but that is the vinyl of a Snow Patrol Fallen Empires. I do like Snow Patrol. It is, I'd say, like, there was a period in my life when they were like my favorite band of all time, and so I definitely, whenever I try, like, see albums that I do really think that would make a nice addition to my small vinyl collection, which I need to slow down on the vinyl. I keep buying too many, but I tend to grab them. But I thought this is kind of cool. It's brand new, sealed, 20 bucks, like, but it was really cool. And so I'm happy to add another album that I actually really do enjoy to my vinyl collection. The rest of the stuff that I got from the Retro Attic, I'm just going to kind of run through it because I've been talking for so long right now. The first thing I got here is the Blu-ray of Everything Everywhere All at Once. I already have the 4K. If you watched one of my first videos, I already have the 4K of this movie. However, for a couple bucks, I am going to add this to my Best Picture collection, which is over there. And I know that sounds crazy to some people to have multiple copies of the movie, but it's mainly my OCD of just having, you know, a version in the Best Picture, like my Best Picture like winners over the years, and then, you know, since it is A24, it also has to go into the A24 section. And so I did the same thing with Moonlight. I have Moonlight in my Best Picture winners, and then I have Moonlight in my A24 collection. I won't, like, only if it's a couple dollars I'll do that. If it's a movie that, you know, I can only find it for like 20 bucks, no matter how I like look at it, I won't spend an extra $20 to add it to my Best Picture collection. That just doesn't make sense to me. But for a couple dollars, I figured it's worth adding to the Best Pictures. So I did watch this the other night, and it is fantastic. I had a blast with this movie. It's probably not for everyone. I feel like it's a lot of thinking in the movie, and it kind of, I mean, it does a very nice job of doing the expanded universe stuff, or multiverse, I should say. But really fun movie. The next one here is actually an Arrow Video title. Again, I've never heard of these, of this one, but I'm excited whenever, I mean, I always get excited with trying to collect Arrow Video now, which my Arrow collection's actually growing pretty rapidly. He keeps getting a lot of like Arrow Video stuff in, and so I'm trying to grab those as quickly as I can. This is a MVD visual, or a VCI movie, I guess, which again, VCI, which I don't know a whole lot about this company. I need to do more research on it. I keep saying that every time I make one of these videos and I have one of these releases in here, but that is the movie Night of the Bloody Apes. And so this just looked right up my alley. Looks weird. I think it's, what language is it in? It has an English dub, so I think it's French, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken on that, but it just looks weird, fun, cool. So excited to add that to my horror collection. And then this is a movie that I've actually never heard of, which I would like to. I've been trying to get more into Dario Argento as a director, and just trying to kind of do more of a dive into all of his movies besides just like the big like Suspiria, Opera, Deep Red. I'm like drawing a blank of all of them now, but just trying to like do a Cat o' Nine Tails, like trying to get into more of his other works. And this one he had, and that is the movie Sleepless. And so, yeah, excited to check this out. I do like, I don't know. I do like Dario Argento as a director. I feel like his movies are fun. But the next one, or I should say the next few that I got here are all TV seasons. It looks like he bought up someone's like whole TV collection too. And so there's just like a ton of TV shows. And so I'm going to try run through these quickly. I have the first season of this show, but he had a few more seasons of it, so I decided to grab it. But Magnum PI. This is season 3. Season 2, which I don't necessarily like these slim cases, but for a couple bucks, I figured like slim case, I would rather watch the show than just not, I guess. Season 5 and season 6. And so this is a show that I've always wanted to watch, but I just never had a chance to. And so I'm just going to be slowly adding to my Magnum PI, I guess, series. Actually, all 3 of these are like that era of TV, and so I just kind of want to keep adding to my TV series of like stuff that I actually do stuff that I actually do want to watch someday. And, you know, because it might be on streaming, but like it also might get taken down at any point, and then I don't know where I'd watch it. So the next one here is just season 3 of Knight Rider. Again, I have the first season. I don't have any of the other ones besides season 3 now. So another show that I've always been curious on. And then this one, actually, I don't have any of the seasons to it, but it looked like something I would enjoy, and that is Hawaii Five-0. This is season 1, season 2, season 4, season 9. This was brand new. And let's see, 12th and final season. So 12 seasons of the show. And let me know in the comments if you've seen any of these shows and what you think. Are they cheesy? Are they fun? Are they both? Would love to know. But yeah, he had a ton of different like seasons of stuff like that. And so I tried to grab like that time period of like, I guess, TV shows. And the last one I got here over the last couple of weeks, I had this on my wish list for the Barnes & Noble sale for Criterion, and it actually recently went out of print. Kind of just like went under the radar, just out of print, out of nowhere. And so I quickly headed over to eBay because I wanted to grab it before the prices started climbing on it. Because that's usually what happens with out-of-print stuff. It usually, people see out-of-print and they think it's worth $1 million. But, so I pretty much paid what I would pay for it during the Barnes & Noble sale. And yeah, so I have never seen this movie. It's number 199 within the Criterion collection. And so, yeah, this was in print not too long ago, and I guess now it's out of print. So I don't know if another company bought up the rights to it, and I'm assuming that's what happened, because that's what tends to happen with a lot of these, is a company will buy up the rights to release a Blu-ray, and Criterion just doesn't have the sales, you know, to justify keeping it. I'm sure there's a lot more legal stuff that goes on behind the scenes with those, and that is everything that I got over the last few weeks. Sorry, that was a lot. I try to go through that as quickly as I can, but let me know in the comments down below if you've seen anything that I got that either was good, was not great. So let me know, I guess. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. One other thing that I wanted to say, like, I know there's been kind of a longer time gap in between this video and my last video. I actually ended up in the hospital not too long ago, a couple days ago actually, with a kidney stone. Not a fun time at all. I ended up just pretty much doing nothing for a couple of days. And yeah, since then I've just been drinking water like crazy, but pretty scary. So sorry that there was a little bit of a time delay between these two videos, but I'm hoping there's actually a lot of other things that I want to make videos on, and hopefully I'll get around to that. But thank you guys so much for all your support, and I really do enjoy making these videos. I love interacting with you guys in the comment section. I'm so close to hitting a goal of 1,000 subscribers already. I think I'm like 300 subscribers away from that, and that is insane to me. I was, you know, I was expecting to get maybe 100 subscribers or maybe 50 or whatever. Like, but yeah, so if you haven't subscribed, I guess subscribe if you want. You don't have to, but I would really appreciate it. And I really, yeah, I really enjoy making these, and I hope to keep making them. So thank you so much for watching these. It means a lot, actually. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.